First tonight, Democrats ring the alarm bells on illegal immigration in sanctuary cities. Of course, they don't call it that. Evil Republican governors are to blame for allowing migrants to head north once they cross the Rio Grande. But of the most progressive minds, they can hardly contain their anger. This influx of people, they say, must stop. From Illinois to Massachusetts, from California to New York City, they just can't take it anymore.
Find ourselves in this situation, and it's unsustainable. For this reason, today I am declaring a state of emergency in Massachusetts.
They won't tell us how many infants or children, seniors or families are on board. They won't tell us what route they take or when they will arrive. They won't provide any information that would actually help their fellow Americans welcome and care for these human beings.
You are a sanctuary state. Why don't you embrace them and say thank you for sending them?
We embrace everybody here.
We should not be burdened the weight of this problem.
Of course, the mayors and governors of border states find this a little laughable. Take El Paso, Texas, that routinely sees the Border Patrol release 900 illegal immigrants in a day. First, Massachusetts, you heard from their governor that's declaring a state of emergency. All right. Massachusetts appears paralyzed by 50 in 48 hours. Let's for a second focus on New York City. The issue there is ever graver. The mayor warns illegal immigration, as you heard, could decimate the city and will cost the Big Apple $12 billion a year to take care of asylum seekers. Of course, back in June, Mayor Eric Adams said he would open the mayor's house to a family or two in need.
I was speaking with the staff to see if I can put a few families into Gracie Mansion. You know, I'm a big believer in leading from the front.
All right, things have changed rapidly, clearly, in the Big Apple. The mayor says Republican governors created a funnel from the border to New York, and it could decimate the city. What's more is there's a split now between Adams and President Biden. Mr. Biden kicked Mayor Adams off his campaign advisory panel. And now the White House is sending a representative to smooth things over. George Will is here, NewsNation senior political contributor, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist. Look, we've been covering the border. You and I have been talking about it since this program began. In a way, it's kind of humorous to see liberal governors and Eric Adams now suddenly see the problem and face this problem. Is it something more significant than just politics?
It's, first of all, the wages of virtue signaling. New York, it fancies itself the capital of American progressivism. Boston is synonymous with progressivism, and both cities are synonymous with immigration. The Irish built modern Boston. Ellis Island, the Statue of Liberty, it's all in the culture and the historical memory of New York City. But suddenly, we're seeing the immigration issue dovetail with the crime issue. Crime, not because immigrants and the migrants are committing crimes, they're really not, but because both signal to the public disorder. That's all they see.
You see people sleeping on the streets, you see people shooting up drugs on the streets, you see looting in the streets or taking over of stores, and to the rest of the public they say something feels wrong here.
Control of borders is an essential attribute of national sovereignty. It's one of the few things that everyone agrees on, left and right and center. And until that happens, we can't have a sensible discussion about what policy ought to be going forward, because you can't have a policy in the midst of chaos. The only policy there is to get order. And to see New York City, which is proudly progressive, from Mayor LaGuardia, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, all of these people, now they see that the wages of this are more complicated than they thought.
Well, it's way more complicated. It's also way easier to talk about this problem when it's not your problem, when it's, Governor Abbott's problem. And I remember when everybody sort of made fun of Governor Abbott for declaring a state of emergency for Operation Lone Star because he said, we can't deal with all of these people sleeping on our streets in New York, and everybody else said, oh, don't worry about it. We deal with this stuff all the time. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.